What I knew meeting the cast, right, is that there was something very different about this.
Rumor has it that Kirk Frost and Mendeecees Harris, two of the most famous characters on Love and Hip Hop, will soon be replaced, leaving fans in utter shock. It's possible that these two-season reality TV presenters will be replaced after years of dominating the drum. It seems that producers have already begun searching for new talent to replace them. But that's not all. According to insiders, some well-known names are being considered for the seats, and the auditions have been emotional and difficult. But why was this startling choice made, and who could sense the vast emptiness? You won't be able to speak after what we're about to tell, so stay tuned. Since Kirk and me left, things behind the scenes of Love and Hip Hop have been more intense than ever. Even the producers are divided, as is the present cast. Is there a significant turn that will alter things, or could this be the end of Kirk and M's on Love and Hip Hop? Dramatic fight between Kirk Frost and Harris of MC. Although there has been no confirmation, there have been speculations that producers are considering making major changes to the show's cast. Casting directors have apparently already started the casting process, and Kirk and Mendeecees may be on thin ice, according to those close to the production. It all started when tensions between Kirk and Mendeecees flared during the season finale. Supporters remember how the incident escalated to an unexpected degree. Both guys made an effort to minimize the unpleasant consequences on social media, but the harm was already done. According to insiders, Love and Hip Hop executives were not. An industry insider claims that the network is unhappy with the negative attention it brought to the franchise and may be looking for a method to phase them out because they want drama, but don't want things to get out of control. The situation becomes much more intriguing at this point. Some sources claim that cameras have already started rolling to see how a few fresh faces fit into the present dynamic after they were approached. The hip-hop and Love communities have been rocked by this, and fans are wondering if Kirk and MC's days are over. Producers are already testing out new potential cast members, and some of the names being thrown around are wild. It's truly on the rise, but Kirk Frost is not going down without a fight. He has reportedly been a part of the brand for years and has been making every effort to convince producers to allow him to continue. Kirk understands the nature of reality TV. According to a close source, he is aware that drama keeps viewers engaged, but he didn't expect the blowback to be this intense. Mendeecees' situation is further compounded by his continuous personal troubles and legal history. Some fans argue that he adds too much to the show to be replaced, while others believe that producers would see him as a problem. Social media is dominated by debates over whether or not Love and Hip Hop would even be the same. Even though they are not yet well known, producers might see Jasmine Blue, a rising star in the Atlanta entertainment scene, as the perfect addition to get things going. Meanwhile, there have been speculations going around regarding their potential replacements, and some of the names are causing some people to take notice. Because of the uncertainty surrounding her presence and departure, there has been a lot of tension behind the scenes as Kirk and MC try to figure out whether they still have a future on the show. A number of other names, including some well-known characters who might make surprise reappearances, have been discussed in addition to Jasmine Blue. Because they have established their brands on the show, Kirk and the men are adamant on staying in their roles despite everything. But things are becoming worse because the network is keeping quiet about it. According to reports, Kirk has been phoning for clarification, but the producers are remaining. The tension behind the scenes is only increasing as the rumors continue to circulate. While some cast members are secretly wishing for Kirk and Mendeecees to leave because they see it as an opportunity, others are even avoiding them out of fear of becoming embroiled in the drama. Fans are left wondering if this is truly the end for Kirk and Mendeecees, and they are remaining tight-lipped as the uncertainty eats away at them. To take center stage, but it's clear that Love and Hip Hop is undergoing some major changes, and that not everyone will be selected, regardless of what happens next. Kirk received the call that sent him into a tailspin just when he believed things couldn't get much worse. Someone close to the production had leaked disturbing new information. The producers were all ready. When Kirk Frost heard the startling news, he sat stunned. He had been in the business long enough to realize the implications of the idea that producers were already filming with possible successors, and it hit him like a ton of bricks. At that point, he understood that this was more than a rumor. It was true. The only thing left to wonder was who would replace him. It felt different this time, even though Kirk had done a good job of adding drama and keeping everyone talking. It seems that the choice had already been taken, and it had little to do with what he could do to keep his job. Worse, DC was likely in the same situation for years. This was about his future on Love and Hip Hop. The discussion was heated, dude. Have you heard that new folks are already being filmed? On the other end, DC let out a deep sigh. Kirk remarked, "Yeah, man, I've been hearing things, but I wasn't trying to believe it. This is just talk anymore," he said as he rubbed his forehead. He immediately grabbed the phone and dialed MDCs, saying, without him, that's what really stunned. Hip hop and love are fueled by gossip and behind-the-scenes mayhem, so Mendeecees was not mistaken. The fans are left wondering if we're really leaving it up to them, because if the producers were genuinely pushing for new cast members, they wouldn't just declare it. But they don't just leave people like that without answering. It felt like a power play to let the drama stew and let the public guess before taking any official action. But in the meantime, fans were debating on social media whether Kirk and MDC should stay or if the program needed new characters. The show wouldn't be the same without them, according to some moral people, while others were ready for it. One user commented, "I don't believe these rumors. No way they're getting rid of Kirk and Mendeecees. They bring too much drama to the show." Finally, there was a blurry photo from a production. Kirk was interested in a recent tweet that read, "Honestly, Love and Hip Hop needs to switch it up. Kirk and M have been around forever. Time for a new cast." Jasmine Blue was not alone as she stood in the middle of the set. Kirk was shivering because he had been eyeing Jasmine Blue for a while. She was thirsty for attention and would do everything to get it if she was involved. The caption said, "Love and Hip Hop producers spotted filming with new faces. Is this the next generation?" The realization that this was genuine and that the woman standing next to her in the leaked photo was someone from Kirk's past made his heart sink. He didn't know her name, but he had an incomplete history with her. He realized that if she was being brought in, they were definitely planning a storyline that would include him. However, Mendeecees was juggling his own problem, and there were whispers that he was about to be replaced. Yandy Smith had been unusually quiet about the situation, which just made it worse. Usually she would promptly silence rumors to preserve their place on the show, but this time he received a surprise call from a friend who worked in production saying, "Hey bro, I don't know if you heard, but they're testing out new cast members, and they got someone that might be a problem for you." MC sat up, but he remained silent because he couldn't shake the feeling that something was being withheld from him. The person on the other end of the call claimed to have receipts for some of the things you did before you left. "Man, but I'm not sure of the details." BC froze before his departure, which implies that he had cleaned before his jail term. "What do you mean by a difficulty that's straight?" After a little pause, the voice on the other end of the telephone resumed speaking. Hip-hopping and in love, Jasmine Blue was relishing the attention she had always desired, but it appeared that her moment had finally come. Since she was aware that her name had been circulating, she decided to take advantage of the opportunity and went live on Instagram, drawing a ton of followers to the page. Being a family man and stepping up his act also meant that someone was trying to destroy him. "Girl, you're joining the cast. Have you taken Kirk's place?" Jasmine tossed her hair and grinned. At the same time, she wasn't confirming or denying anything. Jasmine's smile grew even wider as she went in close to the camera when someone in the comments shared the startling revelation. "We heard you and Ashley Monette have been filming together. What's the tea?" Mendy sees his troubled past coming back to haunt him, and the new cast member has receipts. Within minutes, the internet went nuts, with gossip pages featuring headlines like "Jasmine Blue and Ashley Monette bringing Major Jera to Love and Hip Hop. Is Kirk in trial?" Whether they liked it or not, Kirk and the MCs were running out of time as the pressure increased. Their replacements had already moved in, so Kirk Frost was unable to cease playing. His phone was inundated with messages, some from fans directly inquiring as to if he had been replaced, others from Love and hip-hop insiders, and some from pals in the industry. With his mouth tightened, he perused the endless stream of comments on social media. He was incredulous that this wasn't merely a rumor, that people were believing it, and that the producers weren't even making an effort to stop it. Jasmine and Ashley will be taking charge. Therefore, he should start looking for a new career. Imagine your former turmoil getting you fired from your own program. I might genuinely resume watching if Kirk and MDs are really out. Kirk initially considered confronting Jasmine Blue personally because she needed to understand that she was playing with fire if she was indeed complicit in this and helping the producers craft this story against him. Before NIM looked, it rang twice after he called her and brought up her number. Kirk slapped his phone down on the table and said, "This is just a random plot. I have to make this right. Stop playing the games when you reach out." With a tone full of laughter, Jasmine Kirk retorted, "I know what's happening. You think you're slick, but I see what you're doing. Kirk, you're behaving as though I made this choice. The producers phoned me, and they picked me, so you understand why Kirk's hold on them." Kirk's stomach dropped when he said, "You need to stay in your lane, Jasmine. The audience is sick of you, and guess what? They want more drama. And who could be better than the woman who knows exactly what skeletons you've been hiding?" Jasmine knew things that could ruin his reputation, his marriage, or even his entire career, and she wasn't playing a bluff. She purred, "You don't know what you're getting into, but I do," and then abruptly hung up. Kirk sat frozen, thinking that this was about more than just being replaced. He was worried about his past coming back to haunt him. If Jasmine had receipts, he was in big trouble, and Kirk was dealing with his own nightmare and stiz. When Yandy continued to be far too silent about the rumors, NYC started to suspect that his own wife was concealing something from him for the first time in a long time. One evening, after their kids had gone to bed, he confronted her and asked, "Why hadn't you mentioned the replacement drama?" She barely looked up. "If they're replacing you, it's not my battle to fight, Mendeecees," Yandy said with a sigh and placed her phone down. "How do I respond to this?" "You're supposed to have my back," she said, and he snapped back, "You think I can simply sit here and let some new cast members come in and force me out?" If the producers wanted drama, he was about to give them exactly what they wanted. MCs nodded slowly. If they care about loyalty, they will make it happen if they believe that new faces will increase ratings. Yandy's expression softened as he said, if the producers wanted drama, he was about to give them exactly what they wanted. Desired. The next day, MDC contacted a trustworthy source at a popular gossip blog, someone he knew would publish a story without verifying its accuracy. "I have something for you," he said, and instructed them to ensure it went viral within a few hours. A headline started to circulate online, and fans went crazy with comments about Mendeecees' retaliation against Love and hip-hop producers who won't be replaced. Mendeecees aren't going down without a fight, so let's be cool. I knew he wasn't going to just leave like that, so they better give him his spot back. The producers were making him acknowledge him, and if they thought they could get rid of him that easily, they were going to quickly realize that he wasn't someone to be taken lightly. Replaced, but as Mendeecees battled to stay in the game, Kirk's situation was becoming out of control because Ashley Monette had just made her first public statement, sitting in a dark room and going live on Instagram. Her voice was full of emotion, and she began, but because people kept asking, "Yeah, it's true, I've been filming with Love." The comment section went ballistic, shouting, "Oh nah, we need facts. Who's she talking about, Kirk? And hip-hop, and let me just say that some folks are going to get a lot of harsh criticism on Instagram." Ashley responded, biting her lip as though she wasn't sure what more to say. "You better start sweating." The day, and I have the receipts. The video ended, but the damage was done. Kirk's end was already being dragged. And worst of all, he had no idea what Ashley was going to reveal. However, one thing was clear: this was no longer just about a replacement plotline. It was about a reckoning as the rumors of Kirk Frost and Mendeecees Harris being replaced continued to gain traction. With hashtags like hashtag Kirk Mendeecees and hashtag NewerLH trending at the same moment, social media was ablaze with mixed views. While some hip-hop fans believed that fresh faces should take over, others believed that the show's core would be destroyed by the removal of such seasoned cast members. Having always prided himself on being a businessman, Kirk first sought to ascertain whether VH1 was actually considering replacing him and to gauge his remaining influence within the franchise. Insiders say he called up executive producers and even. However, Mendeecees adopted a completely different approach, allegedly reaching out to other cast members to rally support in order to show that he was upset not only about the show, but also about how quickly people were willing to dismiss him after all the years he had spent creating hip-hop and love. Since no one wanted to be caught in the middle of a potential fallout between the producers and the cast, he and Kirk continued to be relevant to the plot. But each time he called, he encountered resistance. Yandy Ever, the strategist, was already wondering what would happen to MC if she was actually on the chopping block. Would she still be able to continue in the franchise, or was she? However, while Kirk and Mendeecees were fighting for their place, VH1 remained silent and made no official statement, which only served to fuel the rumors. She was also allegedly at risk of being replaced and started discussing with her team potential backup plans in case things went wrong. Then, just when everyone thought things couldn't get any worse, messier, and fans wanted to know who these individuals were and why VH1 was looking outside the original cast to bring in new cast members. So they were shocked when an anonymous source revealed a list of potential new cast members who were allegedly being considered to replace Kirk and M. The names on the list included Jasmine Blue, an up-and-coming influencer with industry connections, and Rico Prince, a rapper known for his outrageous antics. The drama intensified when Jasmine addressed the allegations on Instagram Live, playing it cool rather than confirming that she had been in discussions with producers, adding, "I mean, if the opportunity presents itself, why not?" Don't you think that one sentence was sufficient to ignite social media? Love and hip-hop need new energy. Some fans speculated that the leaked screenshot might have been a fake, while others pointed out that it was a confirmation that Kirk and Ems were indeed being replaced, which fueled the flames. The screenshot allegedly showed Kirk replying to Jasmine's comments, saying, "Ain't nobody taking my spot. Been here too long for that." He didn't hold back, and I must say that you shouldn't believe everything you hear. Some people want to stir the pot, but real ones know the truth. His cryptic statement left fans wondering if he was denying the rumors or if he was hinting that something was happening behind closed doors as the situation broke out. His frustration boiled over when he decided to address the situation directly during a surprise laugh session. At this point, whether Kirk and the men liked it or not, it was clear that love and hip-hop was going to change. Fans looked to the producers of Love and Hip Hop for answers, but again, VH1 offered neither confirmation nor denial, which made many assume that the whole thing was a publicity stunt to generate excitement for the next season. The show's MCs and Kirk have been mainstays for years, but if these rumors are true, their time may be coming to an end as characters like Enreal Prince and Jasmine Blue are being dropped, raising questions about whether the franchise was truly ready to move on without them or whether they could hold on to their position. Suddenly, the love and hip-hop world is in utter disarray. There is no doubt that the drama is far from over. Will Kirk and MC fight back and regain their position, or will fresh faces take center stage? More importantly, what are your thoughts on this possible reorganization? Do you believe that Love and MC will usher in a new era for the franchise, or is this just another publicity gimmick to keep fans interested? Hip-hop needs new energy, or should the op stay put? Let's hear your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss any updates. This story is just getting started, so you won't want to miss what happens next. Stay tuned because things are about to get even more intense.